It may be hard to imagine that a heavy fighter jet, not even the latest generation stealth fighter, could cost more than the top-tier 5th generation stealth fighter. Rumors suggest that a 4th generation heavy electronic warfare aircraft like the J-16D could have a unit price as high as 1.2 billion yuan, a figure that could buy 2 to 3 early generation stealth heavy fighters. This raises a profound question: why would an electronic warfare aircraft, whose aerodynamic design isn't cutting edge, cost more than the airborne kings of stealth fighters? In an era where stealth is paramount, could any capability be more valuable than invisibility? The answer is unequivocally yes. Behind this lies a fundamental shift in modern air combat logic, from prioritizing platform stealth to competing for dominance over the entire battlefield's electromagnetic spectrum. Electronic warfare aircraft represent the most potent strategic weapon in this contest for electronic supremacy. Their exorbitant cost stems precisely from their irreplaceable systemic value. To grasp the astronomical cost of electronic warfare aircraft, one must first transcend simplistic notions that generational superiority alone determines everything, or that stealth equates to invincibility. Indeed, 5th-generation stealth fighters like the J-20 achieve exceptional individual concealment and superior early warning attack capabilities through minimal radar cross-section and advanced sensors. However, stealth is not magic. It primarily optimizes performance against specific radar frequencies and cannot render aircraft completely invisible across all bands or detection methods. More critically, modern air defense systems form complex networks. During penetration attempts, stealth fighters must activate radar for target acquisition or conduct communications, signals that can be captured by advanced passive detection systems. At that point, the stealth fighter's position may be compromised. Consequently, even the most advanced stealth aircraft often require electronic warfare aircraft for escort protection in high-intensity combat environments. This is precisely where the value of electronic warfare aircraft begins. They operate on a logic fundamentally different from concealment, one that is more proactive and assertive, blinding the adversary. Take the J-16D as an example. Its airframe carries several large electronic warfare pods, each boasting astonishing peak power, reportedly reaching 100-200 kilowatts individually, equivalent to the combined output of hundreds of ground jammers. When operating at full capacity, it can create a powerful electromagnetic blackout zone within a 150-200 kilometer radius. Within this zone, enemy radar screens become filled with static and false targets, communication links are severed or flooded with noise, radar-guided missiles lose their way, and entire air defense command systems instantly collapse into paralysis and chaos. This capability transforms electronic warfare aircraft from mere support units into game-changing forces that can directly determine the outcome of battles. The decisive role of electronic warfare capabilities has long been proven historically. The 1986 U.S. airstrike on Libya's El Dorado Canyon operation stands as a classic opening act of electronic warfare. At the outset, U.S. IA-6B Prowler electronic warfare aircraft comprehensively suppressed Libya's radar and communications networks, rendering Muammar Gaddafi's $6 billion air defense system useless within 11 minutes and clearing the way for subsequent attack waves. Entering the 21st century, the potency of electronic warfare has only intensified. The U.S. Navy's IA-18G Growler electronic warfare aircraft even achieved the remarkable feat of downing the formidable F-22 Raptor stealth fighter during exercises, shocking the industry. This demonstrates that even the most advanced individual stealth platforms can have their advantages significantly diminished or even reversed when confronted with systematic electronic attacks. So where exactly does the high cost of such formidable capabilities lie? The value of a J-16D is far more than just a heavy fighter aircraft with a few pods. First, there's the cost of the platform itself. Electronic warfare aircraft require substantial internal space to accommodate massive amounts of electronic equipment, cooling systems, and additional power generation units. Consequently, they are typically modified from heavy fighters or large tactical aircraft platforms. This platform alone is not inexpensive. Second, the core electronic warfare system represents the bulk of the expense. Its advanced active, phased array radar rivals that of 5th-generation stealth fighters, integrating thousands of costly T/R modules made from gallium arsenide or gallium nitride materials. The externally mounted electronic warfare pods represent a collection of cutting-edge technologies. Each pod contains multi-beam antennas, high-sensitivity receivers, and high-speed digital processors, all products of the most advanced precision electronics manufacturing. Their development and production costs far exceed those of standard missile pylons or auxiliary fuel tanks. Furthermore, to support this power-hungry system, The aircraft must be equipped with exceptionally powerful power generation systems and highly efficient integrated cooling systems. When operating at full capacity, electronic warfare equipment consumes and generates heat at terrifying rates, functioning like a miniature flying power plant and boiler. This places extreme demands on the aircraft's power systems, energy management, and thermal control. Finally, to endure prolonged combat in environments saturated with enemy electromagnetic radiation, electronic warfare aircraft often require extensive use of composite materials and specialized coatings to enhance structural strength and electromagnetic compatibility. The application of these specialized materials further drives up costs. When all these factors are combined, the total cost reaches a staggering figure, making it easier to understand. For comparison, the latest American F-15X Eagle Eye non-stealth heavy fighter jet has a unit price exceeding that of the F-35, a stealth fighter, partly due to its integration of advanced electronic warfare suites like the new Eagle Active, passive warning and survivability system. Understanding its high cost allows us to appreciate its strategic value in modern warfare more profoundly. This is the core dialectic behind the claim that one electronic warfare aircraft is worth 3 stealth fighters. Their value is measured on different dimensions. Stealth fighters are elite tactical assassins or aerial duelists. They're worth flying in single aircraft or small formation operations targeting high-value assets and seizing local air superiority. Heavy electronic warfare aircraft, however, function as strategic force multipliers and system disruptors. Their operational scope is strategic in nature. As analysis indicates, in specific critical theaters, just 3-4 heavy electronic warfare aircraft can effectively suppress enemy electromagnetic operations across hundreds of thousands of square kilometers, carving a secure electromagnetic corridor for the comprehensive advance of allied naval, air, and ground assault forces. They protect not a single point but an entire area. They enhance not just one aircraft but the survivability and strike effectiveness of the entire offensive formation, and even the entire combat system. In practical application, the most ideal model is the golden combination of stealth fighters and electronic warfare aircraft. Stealth pioneers like the J-20, leveraging their concealment, penetrate first to identify and mark key targets, while electromagnetic escorts like the J-16D deploy powerful jamming barriers from secure rear airspace, crippling enemy early warning networks, and launching anti-radiation missiles to directly destroy active radars. This synergy achieves complementary advantages in stealth penetration and electronic suppression, trapping adversaries in a dual predicament of being unseen and unable to see. The U.S. military employs similar tactics, with its F-35 stealth fighters relying on electronic warfare aircraft like the IA-18G for support during high-risk penetration missions. Thus, returning to our initial question, why can a 4th generation electronic warfare aircraft cost more than a 5th generation stealth fighter? The answer lies in the acquisition of a system capability that fundamentally reshapes battlefield dynamics. In today's highly information-driven and networked warfare, electromagnetic superiority has become the prerequisite for air and sea dominance. An electronic warfare aircraft functions like a master of electronic sorcery, silently neutralizing an adversary's most critical senses, sight and hearing. This capability to render an enemy's massive investment in modern military systems, either completely ineffective or severely degraded, holds strategic value far surpassing that of a few high-performance fighter jets.